Hey everybody, it's Wandering Ron here. I'm here with an update with my electrical system. Um, I'm not really quite sure how to explain this, but these are all the wires and cords I have deleted from my system. So hopefully everything runs much more efficiently. Let me show you what I got going on. So if you watched one of my recent last videos, you know that I have this water pump here and not the old air system. I'll put a video up in a second so you can check that out. So back to the control panel. I deleted the old water switch for the water pump because the one I have now, it just runs on USB power, and so I can charge it when I need to. I have all my other switches still here. I had to redo this one. This is the switch for my cooler. It wasn't running on AC anymore, so I had to take it apart, rewire it. I think the old switch that I had, which is this little guy right here, it said it was rated for 7 amps or so, but it was just getting so hot. What does it say? 5 volts. I can't read that. It's so small. But it was getting hot. The switch was getting really hot. And this metal piece right here where I have all the positive electricity coming in from the master switch, this was getting really hot. It's not hot at all. This switch is a little warm, but it's a lot cooler than the last one. This is the auxiliary switch, which controls my fans and everything. And this is the switch for the lights. And the light, period, comes on and off with that switch. But let me take you inside and show you the difference. It's so much better. I mean, it's still a hot mess. It is so much better. I will put another picture up so that you guys can see how much of a mess it was before compared to what it is now. But this is one of the biggest things I wanted to do right here, was to wire a USB port to the battery. That way I could power my lights and my my speaker or my phone without having to use shore power, because for a while there I had them wired up to shore power. They were all plugged into this, which is a little battery bank, but the battery bank would only get charged if I was either running the van and had my charge controller plugged up, or if I was on shore power. So I've now wired everything directly into the battery. That way I don't have to worry about this going dead or not having lights or not being able to charge my phone. I've also, this looks so much better down here. I've moved a lot of the wires and everything out of the way. There's my little Bluetooth speaker. I haven't done my speaker system yet. Eventually I'm going to. That's going to be freaking awesome. I'm super excited for that. But everything is just a lot cleaner. Like, I don't have the, I move the, what do you call that? The power stripped over here beside where I have my box of, you know, cooking stoves and stuff like that, because I only can use this stuff when I'm on shore power. So this makes it a lot more accessible. This is in there. It's very rigid. It's not going anywhere. And all the wires and cords are going that way. This right here is the a different power supply for the cooler. It's 12 volts, but it only runs at like maybe 0.2, or it only runs at 200 milliamps. So it's like 0.2 amps. And it's really quiet. It hardly does anything. But after a day like today, I'm pulling, this is my battery level right now. I'm at 13 volts, so we'll say that. I'm pulling in 2.8 amps, 2.7. It's a really cloudy day. It rained this morning. And I'm drawing out 4.7. So, but I also have my battery charger, and I'm plugged into shore power right now. So between this and the solar power, I'm able to, you know, keep a decent charge on my battery throughout the day. But when night comes, I can, let me close this back. At nighttime, I can turn it to the AC. You probably heard the fan kick up. And now the voltage is going to go up on the display. Or no, it kicked up for a second. I'm not bringing any amps in. Something's I'm only drawing 0.5 amps, so it's not going to allow me to pump in a whole lot of amps. But if I oops, hit the wrong button. If I turn the cooler back on, you can see the amps from the solar just jump back up, and then my power draw also jumps up too. But if I'm not drawing more than 1 amp, the solar's not going to do anything, hardly. But I'm okay with that. But I'm so happy. I got everything. It's the master switch still works. That kills everything that's on DC, like the cooler, the fan, the lights. Like if I turn the lights on right now, they're not happening. So everything's off right here. The only thing that's running is this little cooler that I found, which I'll get into that in a second. So everything's off right now, but I want to hit the switch again. The cooler turned back on, the fan turned back on, the lights are back on, and I'm drawing more power now. So I'm at 12.8 volts. I gotta get a new battery. I'm bringing in 4.5 amps from the sun right now, which is crazy. That's good. It's good. I'm drawing 5 amps, so I'm okay with that. I'm keeping my food cool, and I'm just so happy. I got so much more room down here. I'll be able to get at least another battery that size, or 2 100 amp hour batteries. I'll put them in a parallel. That way I have 200 amp hours of power to draw from, which is really pretty much all I need. I'm not sure what that's going to entail once I get an inverter that's going to be strong enough to power the microwave and my cooktop. I might have to get a smaller microwave and a smaller cooktop, because both of those draw 1500 watts, and I can't afford a 2000 watt inverter. Gosh, there was something else I wanted to... Oh, the cooler. Yeah, so I found this little thing on the side of the road. I forget where, but it's a pretty cool thing. It works. It's really cool in here. I need to clean it out. I haven't put anything in there, but I'm going to clean it out. But the reason I kept this and didn't take it apart and like scrap it for parts is because it has a functional plug. So right now it's plugged up in AC, and I'm okay with that, because I'm usually at shore power. If I'm not in shore power, I'm driving, and so it's going to power that. But it also has a 12 volt plug, which I do not have the adapter for. But this cooler is pretty cool. It's got a cool, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got a warm setting and a cool setting. So I can heat stuff up in here slightly. I haven't tried it out. And I also can cool things off. And that's just freaking awesome. It's not a big cooler, so like it's not a big cooler at all. I can't really keep much in here. So this is a regular, 20 ounce bottle of smart water, and it won't really fit in there. I have to like put it at an angle and then push it closed for it to stay in there. And that doesn't really leave a whole lot of room for other things. But I'm actually going to keep that in there. Some nice cold water. I might eventually try to adapt the power supply so that it can take more amps, and maybe turn it into like a small freezer, because that would be really cool to have a small freezer. One day when I get my money right, I want to have me like a proper fridge and freezer cooler setting. And it's not going to be one of these Peltier coolers. That's what that is a Peltier. It's the little square discs that one side it gets hot and the other side it gets really cold, and that's the same thing as this cooler, but I need to get a compressor. Those are much more efficient over the long run. They take a little bit more power to start up, but they're over the long run they're much more efficient, especially if you can get a 12 volt one. Yeah, I'm super excited. I just got done doing all this. Everything looks so much more organized and cleaner. I got a bunch more space back here now that I don't have to worry about. I need to actually put a real shelf here to see how this whole thing is wobbly. Whenever I was putting in the shelf there, I had it going left to right, but now it's going front to back. And in order for me to get to front to back, I needed to move everything in the van up 2 inches. That includes my sink, like this whole board, my bed, everything had to go over 2 inches, and in order for that to fit. But yeah, I'm excited now. I don't have to worry about being plugged up to shore power to like charge my phone, or to like charge my Bluetooth speaker, or to have lights and stuff. And speaking of lights, let me turn that off. It hardly the lights don't draw any power, hardly. Neither does the fan. The cooler is the biggest thing that draws the power. In fact, let me just show you how much it draws. So right now it's on. I'm pulling in from the sun. Get closer. From the sun, I'm pulling in 2.3 amps. This is what's going to the load. I'm pulling 4.5. If I turn the cooler off, it goes straight down to 5. Turn the lights on. Oh. Lights don't do nothing. On or off. But when I turn that cooler on, it spikes like and then my voltage goes down. 2.1 amps coming in. Yeah, so it is what it is. I'm still excited. Like, this helps me out a lot. Especially when I'm driving somewhere and I'm not plugged in, or if I turn the car off and I'm just sitting there, I can still continue to keep my cooler running and charge my battery. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys what I had been doing. I can't wait to get another battery. Eventually I'm gonna have to get another solar panel too. That way I can bring in enough amps to at least power the cooler during the day. But yeah, guys, this has just been a quick, I don't know how quick it was, but a down and dirty explainer video of my electronics. Thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Drop some comments. And just keep coming back. I have some more things coming up here soon. Thank you guys. This is Wandering Ron, and I'm out.